Welcome to Blood, Sweat, and Beers.
Here we are. My name is Alex.
And I am Tony.
Well, we got episode 7, or we would like to call it episode 3, and we will get into this week's games that are coming up, last week's that happened, a little bit about the UFC and what fights are coming up, and it looks like this week, what do we got, Tony, for top stories on them? It looks like Broncos and Bears, and anything else that we're going to be talking about through this episode?
I really enjoyed the Dolphins-Bills game. I wanted to get into that one.
Oh, yeah, we'll go over that a little bit. I know we'll be talking about possibly Dobbs versus Kyler, and Dobbs taking advantage of the opportunity, who's the best 4-0 team, and a little bit more. Well, let's get into this round 1.
All right.
Jason, could you show us what games were last week? And let's start with Thursday night.
I don't want to talk about last week. No. Let's just skip over this week for me. Just me.
For you. That's cute. As we're going into this, you'll see a little tear possibly go down his eye as his sweet Cheddar Cheese Packers went down in flames against the Lions. Lions showed who the real big brother is of the NFL. And the NFC, what is your division? I always forget. NFC North. So
I quit. I really didn't appreciate that, man.
All right, we can walk out. So I'll be doing this show. We'll get Jason on the other side with the camera, and we'll be talking about that. But anyways, looks like they won 34-20, but the score tells a little bit different story than what actually happened.
Couple garbage time scores for the Packers. Really nothing good to talk about as far as that Packers team this week. The Lions are real. They are clearly a competitor for won a playoff position for sure, because I think they do win that division, even though we made the bet last week.
Yeah, and they're a gritty team.
They are a very gritty team. That is all thanks to Motor City Dan Campbell.
Yeah, Motor City Dan Campbell. I like it. Yeah, that man. I mean, he could make fucking Jello go through a brick wall.
Yeah.
Motivate anybody on the field, off the field. If you're just listening to that man speak, it's like, put me in, coach. Put me in.
And now that he has the stars on that team, like St. Brown.
Not
Jamar Gibbs.
Jamar Gibbs.
He has the skill.
Well, that was the funniest part. They literally said, we're going to start utilizing Jamar Gibbs more. Or Jameer Gibbs. Jameer Gibbs, thank you for the correction.
Yep.
They're going to start utilizing him more often in the game plan. And this game, he got like 2 carries,
That's
barely
because
anything.
David Montgomery took over.
Yeah.
Jameer Gibbs could be a solid player on any other team, but David Montgomery walked into Detroit and said, hey, this is my fucking job, and took it, and has been running with it very well. I didn't think he was going to have this little resurgence in his career. I thought he was done after Chicago.
Yeah, I didn't see much. I agree with you. I didn't see really much upside of adding him to the squad. That's why I thought Gibbs was going to have a much better chance and fare a lot better. Luckily, I didn't draft him in fantasy. Yep. Sorry for all y'all that did.
Everyone, who did, because he
drafted
went fairly early. Yeah, and they should be upset.
Yeah. Next game we got going into Sunday morning football. They went to London.
Jolly old England, baby.
Yeah, showing them a good time. And as always, the Jaguars just find a way to win in London.
It's a home game for them.
Every time.
It's
fucking ridiculous.
They do amazing. And the Falcons are not a bad team this year.
They were doing a 2-1 team going into the game. The quarterback was doing pretty well. They got Dijon Mustard as a running back doing great. So they were doing good, but like you said, Jaguars seem to take home field advantage when they go to London, and they're playing London next week, so they get to stay there for 2 weeks, get adjusted to the time.
That has to be so nice for them, and those other teams coming in jet lagged to hell, like it's.
On the other side,
a little unfair.
On the other side, though, when they come back, after 2
hurting.
weeks, it's going to be. I think we're going to have to watch out for that team on the next week. But they play the Falcons, won the game 23-7.
Yeah.
Good defensive battle. Trevor Lawrence did what he needed, got the victory. What game we got next?
The Rams taking down the Colts 29-3. Much closer game than I had predicted.
Yeah, Anthony Richardson did well, but Puka Nacua, star of the show,
Scoring his first NFL touchdown.
in OT, baby.
Loved it.
Yeah, doing very well. Next game we got is Ravens-Browns. Ravens just said fuck you and everything that everyone was talking good about the Browns.
What happened to the Browns? Where'd they go?
I would say Deshaun Watson had a couple too many massages during the week.
Deshaun was out.
Oh, well, that.
Okay. That makes a lot more sense.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I was just seeing highlights off the red zone, of course, of just the Ravens scoring points since it was a 28-3 victory.
Yeah.
And it was on Browns field, so.
After that, Vikings get their first win of the season. It's been coin tosses for them, and every single one has come up tails, except against the Panthers.
Yep, and they did pretty well. I mean,
It was close.
They did not look good for the first half.
Yeah.
It was looking like 13-0.
Well, a lot of players didn't look good. Kirk Cousins finally has a bad game and they win.
That's what I was laughing about. I was telling Andrew, I was like, the only way you guys could possibly win, apparently, is if Kirk Cousins does bad, which is fucking weird because the other game's throwing 300-plus yards.
It's only been a couple weeks, but Kirk Cousins is putting up quite possibly like MVP-style numbers in the first couple games, and then
Nothing,
and they win.
He's quietly been doing this, not this well, but been doing this his whole career, putting up good numbers, but just never getting shine.
How did Colin Cowherd put it? He's Nickelback. No one admits that they like Kirk Cousins.
That was a good comparison.
That was amazing.
Shout out to Colin Cowherd and the Colin Cowherd Show.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a fan of Colin too much. I like some of his takes.
Yeah.
I guess not that I don't like him, it's just that the way his show is formatted for like 2 hours of just him sitting at the desk, I'm like, fuck, man, that's
It gets
boring.
a little old.
It does.
Yeah.
It does.
Yeah, but his entire commercial says it perfectly. Come watch me take some really extremely hot takes and not admit that I'm wrong until I'm actually wrong. And still not admit
That
I'm
should
wrong.
be Skip Bayless that does that.
Oh, God.
Skip Bayless is getting ran out of his own show with Richard Sherman and all the others on there right now. But going into the next game, what do we have? We had the Bengals and Titans. Looked like the Titans got the victory, and Bengals just seemed like they had a possibility to come back from last game, and then this one just back to poor performance.
You remember the scene from the first Avengers movie where Loki's talking shit to Hulk and Hulk smashes him into the... That's what happened to the Bengals.
Puny God.
Joe Burrow's got to be hurt, man.
R.I.P. to the fantasy managers of Joe Burrow.
Yeah, Joe Burrow.
I mean, one of them.
I have Joe Mixon, and I'm hoping Joe Mixon is able to... He's been doing decent. But
he's all right.
It's the one year I chose to get him, too, because every year I pass, I'm like, no, and he does great. This year, I'm like, fuck it. Let's go for him, and he's doing mediocre.
And Jamar Chase's locker room interview after the game.
We'll get into those ones. But there's some stuff.
There's some animosity in that locker room right now. Guys are not happy. Guys are on the Bengals. We're expecting to go to the playoffs this year, and unless they turn it the fuck around, that's not happening.
It's not looking good. Next game.
The Buccaneers against the Saints. I thought the Saints would put up a bit more of a fight, but Baker Mayfield on the Buccaneers is doing well. He's got a chip on his shoulder. He's shown this throughout his career. When you piss him off, he likes to throw the ball hard.
Oh yeah, he's a better Johnny Manziel.
He is.
And I'm not trying to put shade on him at all because I love Baker. Love me some Baker when he's getting fired up and shit.
Yep.
And I miss his commercials, honestly.
They were fun.
Can you, everybody, don't lie. We all love those fucking commercials. I used to say that man right after football, he's going into acting. He's going to be great.
Yeah.
He's almost as good as fucking Peyton Manning, in my opinion.
I'm still waiting for Peyton to get a goddamn sitcom or something. I would watch the hell out of that.
He's doing so many things. Peyton now with Eli doing the ESPN2 show. Peyton and Eli on Monday Night Football.
I love that so much.
Yeah,
they just shit talk the entire
They had
night.
Will Ferrell last night and stuff, which was awesome. They just have great guests, great chemistry, good things. Yeah. Next game we got is the Bills showing who is boss against the Dolphins. Josh Allen came out swinging hot. Yep. Dolphins got stalled out after putting up 70. Those boys must be tired. What do we got next game?
I was on that hype train for the Dolphins hard.
Yeah.
That thing just got de-fucking railed.
Yeah, offense, I think they're a little tired.
I mean, goddamn Josh Allen. We'll talk about that later, but what the fuck?
That's normal Josh. Like I said, new school Brett Favre.
Yeah, he is. What is it? Our shit bowl turned into exactly what we thought it would be.
A little bit funner than I expected.
Yes, a lot more exciting than what we were expecting. But the Broncos taking down the Bears up 28-3 with 20 seconds left in the third.
Russell
it's
Wilson,
the Bears.
baby. Sean Payton probably was steaming on that sideline. Like, if they would have lost that game, he said last week that there was repercussions and hell to pay, but they found a way. Justin Fields looked amazing the first half, and then
I was literally waiting for Sean Payton to like pop a blood vessel in his eye or something.
Next game, this one was sloppy for the Eagles, but they found a way to pull out a victory. An OT, controversial call with Scary Terry catching a pass, but Reed Blankenship's arm blocking that from actually making it a completion. I still say it was a completion.
I thought it was a catch. Yep.
The only reason it was overturned was because on the field it was said an incompletion.
Scary Terry had a hell of a game though, against your secondary, which is nothing to sneeze at.
No, and we all know division games are always going to be tough, but hey, they got the W.
Yep.
We're happy.
It was a fun game.
Yeah, it was.
Next one definitely surprised me. Texans taking down the Steelers 30-6.
I was 50-50 on the game, but I did not.
I thought it
think
was going to be closer.
Yeah, not by that much. Yeah. CJ Stroud is showing he's good. Kenny Pickett.
CJ Stroud is showing like he might be a guy.
He was he's touted coming in.
Yeah,
he is a guy. We already know.
Yeah,
he is a guy. He's got balls. He's got dick. Maybe. But the man is doing very well as a rookie, and he has a lot of room to grow.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens in the future.
I think the future of the Texans looks bright. If you're a fan out there, like, I would be excited.
My favorite game of the week, or the way it ended, the Raiders versus the Chargers, and in typical fashion, the Raiders give those fans hope, and in typical fashion, they let them down.
Oh, God.
Chargers win at the very end, 24-17, holding it off.
Devontae Adams and not even Josh Jacobs. Josh Jacobs I drafted very early this year in
Josh
fantasy.
Jacobs did good.
No, he finally had a game.
Yeah.
He finally found the promised land. It took the Jews 40 days. It took Josh Jacobs 4 weeks.
Yeah. I mean, they did well in times, and that rookie that played that game since Jimmy G was out did pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
But
O'Connell,
I think. He looks like a frat dude from some college that literally just came out that just said, let's get another cake.
That mustache is, dude, shake that thing.
Yeah.
That's not working for
I'll give Travis the pass, but not this one.
No.
Not this one. Next game.
Cardinals at 49ers.
Easy.
A lot closer than I thought it was going to be. Josh Dobbs is doing very well on the Cardinals. The 49ers might be the best team in the NFL right now.
We'll get to that one, but...
Yeah, we'll talk about it more later, but they're looking very good.
35-16, I mean... Cardinals put up a fight. We got to respect the Cardinals. Yes. Next game, because the Cardinals put such a sour taste in the Cowboys' mouth, they decided to beat the living fuck out of Ezekiel Elliott and Bill Belichick and the Patriots 38-3. And Dak's still not doing much, but much is not needed from Dak as long as he's not throwing interceptions. The defense does what they need to do.
Well, they get 3 takeaways?
Yeah.
One being a pick 6?
Yeah, it's they did very well.
Yeah, that defense is top tier in this league right now.
Next game?
Chiefs, very close one with the Jets, 23-20. Zach Wilson coming out throwing the ball like he's got nothing to lose, which he doesn't, but he looked pretty good.
Yeah, that game was a lot closer than I thought or anybody else anticipated it to be. Zach Wilson had a little bit of little juice going through his veins that game and started to show off, but then they just couldn't overtake it.
If he can keep...
Bad call, too, I think, on that penalty on Sauce Gardner.
Yeah,
I did think
it was terrible.
Yeah, but they've been... they had shitty calls in the Eagles game. In every game, you could find shitty calls. You just got to overcome that shit.
But if Zach Wilson can keep playing at this or close to this level... Sorry, that's my phone.
Oh, no, you're good. Turn your shit off.
Shut up, Joe Rogan.
Did I do a line of Coke right before we went on this live show? No. Just got a beer. Blood, sweat, and beers.
It's not Coke. They do the smelling salts, which we should...
Jesus Christ.
like I was saying, if Zach Wilson can keep up this pace of play and compete anywhere close to what he did in that game, the Jets have a possibility of being an okay team this year.
I just think they scrape by. But that defense is great.
Yep.
Seahawks, Giants, Seahawks just fucking... I feel...
Snoozer.
I don't know. We'll get into this, but is it Daniel Jones or the offensive line?
It's the offensive line.
It's pitiful.
Daniel Jones can't throw the ball very well, but he can't have an attempt to not throw the ball very well.
And whenever he did have the attempt, he was so scared he was going to get hit that he
Yeah.
wasn't throwing right. So they lost that game very, very badly.
If I have 340-pound men coming at me every fucking down.
You had 340-pound men coming at you?
Coming at me.
That's a dream for you, I thought. But that is ender of week 4 and all those fights. Over the top 3 stories, though, we got for you. We're going to go over the Broncos and the Bears, as we said, some injuries that happened, and rookie ballers that are coming out for the games to go. Number 1 story I wanted to talk about, though, was the Broncos and Bears.
Yep. Like you said earlier, Justin Fields came out like a man on fire.
Oh, yeah. Can you pull up go to the NFL and then pull up those stats? Just click on the Broncos and Bears game.
He was doing amazing.
When I looked at it at halftime, I'm like, holy fucking shit. And that's where I started to get the thoughts. I'm like,
Justin
Sean
Fields
Payton.
doing Justin Fields things, coming out in week 3 or 4, finally turning it on.
He was 16 of 17, and the only missed pass was a fucking Hail Mary at the end. So, really 16 of 16.
28 for 35, 335, and 4 touchdowns.
1 interception.
One INT, which is just Bears quarterbacks. You always got to throw one again.
Well, and it was a bad one that he threw.
Yeah.
And then the fumble that he fucking got, that was like... That was pitiful. It was like high school football, just sort of flopped it up and let the dude run it all the way back.
That offense was moving, though.
They were.
Khalil Herbert, 18 for 103, almost a 6-yard average per carry.
Yeah, he was doing really well. Justin Fields didn't rush too much in that game, but he got some yards off when it was needed. But they just couldn't go off too much. DJ Moore finally had a resurgence, though. And
Took him long enough.
Poor man didn't have a quarterback to throw it to him. Justin Fields could sort of like sap in a little spirit of like Terry Bradshaw for maybe 2 quarters, and then he goes back to being a shit. I mean, that's just what happens with the Bears.
Even the tight end, Cole Kmet had a pretty good game. Goddamn.
Shout out to all you fantasy owners that had Justin Fields and Cole Kmet on your bench. Looking at one right now with Cole Kmet on his bench.
There's Travis Kelce too. So.
You can't blame him for that one, yeah.
But it always hurts when you see somebody with like fucking 30 to 40 plus points just sitting on the bench.
There's not a man on earth with more than 2 brain cells who's going to play Cole Kmet over Travis Kelce.
Russell Wilson, on the other hand, did very well in this game, coming out with 223 yards, nothing to brag about.
A little bit.
But 3 tutties, no interceptions, didn't give the ball away. Yep. Rushing, they did pretty well with Jaleel McLaughlin. Fucking hip. We're going to do this every goddamn show.
Yeah, we really are.
I can't get these names right. But
that's okay, I got you, buddy.
They were able to compete. They said, fuck it, 3 to 28 in the third quarter, about to go to the fourth quarter.
20 seconds left in the third quarter.
And they just said, fuck you, and Justin Fields said, fuck you too, I suck. And just gave him the game. Justin Fields gave the Broncos that game. Yeah. While, on the other hand, Russell Wilson did not choke in the second half to basically give up the opportunities that were given.
Oh, I forgot that Marvin Mims was on the Broncos.
Marvin Mims actually, I think, just got traded. We'll have to look that up.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a very new acquisition. But what is it? 2 receptions, 47 yards. Not great fantasy numbers, but as a player, I mean that's good production.
He did pretty well. Just those receivers over there having a hard time with. I mean, that could upside though could help with Judy and Sutton when they need stats and everything. But you never really know. You never know what's going to happen with the Broncos in this future that they have. They're off to a 1-3 start.
Oh, Jason, do you want to check out Podbean, see if we have anybody asking some questions?
Oh yeah, let's see, just to see if we got anybody.
No
questions, no listeners. Yet. If you're on there, cool. If you're not, fuck you.
We get it.
Well, we're getting there though. We had 8 listeners live last week, and everybody could always catch us on YouTube whenever Jason figures out how to upload it properly.
Started from the bottom, still here.
And maybe a little bit lower, but we're fucking climbing, and I got a light on my head, and I'm trying to shine this bitch up. All right, number 2 for the story. Kenny Pickett got hurt at the very end of the game.
Yeah, I did see that.
But biggest thing is Steelers just took that big L that you were talking about earlier. Let's go to that game if you have a second. I mean, what are the Steelers going to do? They have the players, they have the weapons. T.J. Watt's an absolute monster.
Everybody just keeps, getting hurt.
Are you burping from drinking beer? Crazy.
I am burping from drinking beer. But odd.
Yeah, it's all good. Just upload that. But yeah, as you were saying though,
everybody just keeps getting hurt. Deontay Johnson. Who's their other big receiver? Why am I blanking right now?
Come on. His name is very close. His last name's at least very close to the Kenny Pickett.
Oh, George Pickens.
There you go.
Thank you. Deontay Johnson on IR currently. George Pickens playing banged up a lot of the time. Kenny Pickett is a serviceable quarterback at the moment, but I do think they need an upgrade if they want to compete.
Yeah, I mean they're 2-2 right now,
Yeah.
so they're not doing too bad.
Their tight end
just
Pat Freiermuth is
exit out of that, Jason. The whole tab itself, and
Yeah.
then just go to something else. All good. Technical difficulties, but we will get through it.
Yes.
I absolutely love and respect Mike Tomlin. Really like what he's doing over there for the several years he's been there. He's never had a losing season.
Yep.
He finds a way, even when Big Ben was having struggles,
Yep.
and the other times he had injuries, to keep up a winning record.
Yeah.
But we'll see what happens with that and everything in the future. But on the other side, you had Houston that just did so well with C.J. Stroud.
Yep.
He's a pocket passer that is doing very well. He was touted as the best pocket passer coming out of the draft this last year, and has continued to do so. Looks like we got a little power outage, or what do we?
Oh, you just turn on the light, get a little better.
Oh, there we go. Hey, brighten up the faces just to see the ugliness a little bit better. But yeah, Houston Texans, they are on a little bit of a rise right now.
They are. They're looking pretty good.
Yeah, it's interesting. I did not expect that, but hey, I'm watching them. Keep them on your radar, guys. See what happens.
Yep.
And
There are a couple players who are probably sitting on the waiver wire who can definitely be picked up, and I think, like you said, the Texans are on a rise. I don't think it would be a terrible idea.
With transition with that, let's go to rookie ballers and everything, and just straight to C.J. Stroud.
Yeah.
I mean, the man's putting up. I think he just broke a record with, first quarterback that has ever had an average of 300 passing yards in his first 4 games with 0 interceptions.
Sixth player to ever do it.
Sixth player to ever do it. And joins a good cast, which includes
Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, Peyton Manning, I think Phillip Rivers. I could be wrong there.
Or Ben Roethlisberger, maybe?
Possibly. But that's a murderer's row of quarterbacks.
Oh, you got Patrick Mahomes in there, right?
Oh, Patrick Mahomes as well. Yes.
And you did say Peyton.
I did say Peyton.
Yeah. But yeah, so we'll see what happens with all of that. I think he has a good opportunity. He has Tank Dell,
who's doing really well.
Yeah. Apparently, he's hosting dinners for his wide receivers every night. So, I mean, could I be a practice receiver just so I can taste the good food?
Oh, God.
Imagine what they're having.
Every time they do those rookie dinners, I laugh my ass off. They stick the kid with like a $45,000 check or something.
His whole 2 game checks, maybe.
Yeah.
Well, if you're a first rounder, you're getting paid a lot more and everything. Yeah. If you're not,
I don't think they usually do it to like the under guys. It's usually top 2 or 3 picks, and they'll fuck them over at dinner.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting how these fuckers that have 20 million, 30 million easily in a year, and they're like, fuck it, let's give the rookie that. But they had to pay their dues. Yeah. The rookies have to pay theirs now.
It's hazing, but it's essentially harmless hazing. These guys have the money to do it.
Yeah, I mean, are we still recording live and doing well over there, Jason?
It looks like it.
I think we're good.
Everything's fine.
I mean, hey, we got the time rolling. We got everything going. We just may not get the stats. So where's the stats?
That's
in our
okay.
heart and our brains, motherfucker. That was stupid as shit. I was just trying to, switch it around somehow. But other than that, another rookie wanted to shine spotlight on is Anthony Richardson.
Yep.
May have not got the win, but just doing well.
Doing what he needs to. He's a rookie. He has room for growth. Not that man should get any bigger.
Yeah, he's Cam Newton too.
Yeah.
But he's doing well. The concussion sort of scared a lot of people. Not sure if he was going to come back from that. I know concussions are a big deal in the NFL now, especially after what happened to Tua last year.
Yeah.
But Anthony
Seau.
Seau was years and years ago.
Yeah.
But
it was CTE caused those.
You could put out crazy man Antonio Brown. Shout out to him.
Yeah, I feel ruined his career.
Yeah, the Bengals. Those hits were. If you ever want to look up some nasty hits of the NFL and what the game used to be like, look up that hit by the Bengals. What was
Avantez Perfect?
Yeah, perfect.
Yep.
To Antonio Brown.
Who's been dirty since he played at ASU.
Yeah. You don't want to look at dirty plays, but you want to look at fucking bone-crushing plays. Look up Brian Dawkins. You'll see some great ones. Man, even suplexes it. I love the one where he gets Ben Roethlisberger and flies like Wolverine, which was his nickname.
Oh, I mean, those top-tier plays. Just look up the Legion of Boom. When the Seahawks were the Seahawks.
Bobby Wagner.
Cam Chancellor coming over the middle, just taking off heads.
Young, violent Richard Sherman. A loud Richard Sherman. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Still scared the shit out of that reporter and gave her basically PTSD. No,
that was so blown out of proportion.
No, she's doing fine. She even says to this day she's great friends with him. Yeah. Man's a smart motherfucker, too.
Stanford, right?
Yeah, and I think we were talking about that too. Jason thinks they need to make a documentary on him and stuff because his story is very interesting. Okay. But going into round 2, let's look at next week's games. What do we got, Jason? Jason's like, we got nothing.
We struggling. We're gonna have to pull up phones.
Pulling up the phones for this shit.
Beautiful.
Oh, look at this.
So prepared.
We got. I just like it. I like it a lot. Let's look. Ooh, I get to even slide it down like that. Don't you like that?
You like sliding it down.
So smooth. All right. I'll stop just salivating over this. Oh, actually, real quick, before we get into round 2, let's check out who had the better picks last week.
Oh, yeah. Let's go through.
So, I will click on this little thingy right here and find out the weeks. There we go. So, who had the Lions and who had the Packers, I think?
We both had the Lions.
Oh, you fucker.
I went against my team.
All right.
Because this is about winning. It's not about team loyalty.
That clip because you did.
Huh?
You did not have that.
I wrote it down.
He literally has Detroit right there. We have it written down, fucker.
Yeah, you missed it.
You can still edit that clip because you're stupid.
Eat my ass.
Basically like Detroit did to your whole team. Yep. Jacksonville and Atlanta. I had Jacksonville because they were in London.
Yeah, I got that one wrong. I thought Bijan Robinson was going to have a much better day.
Bills and Dolphins. I think we both had Bills, right?
Oh. What are the Bills and Dolphins? Yeah.
Come on. Oh, no, we both had Miami. We both
have Miami.
Ouch. Broncos, Bears. I think we both picked Broncos. Or actually, I don't know. Denver, and you picked the Bears.
I picked Chicago.
You picked Justin Shitty-ass Fields.
I should never.
Damn. Steelers, Texans. Texans got the victory. I think I lost that one.
Yeah, no, we both picked Pitt.
Yeah,
yep, so we both lost.
Okay, cool. Vikings, Panthers. Vikings got the victory. Who'd you pick? Who'd I pick? I think I picked Carolina on that.
I went Minnesota.
Yeah, smart man. Rams and Colts. Rams get the victory. I think I picked them.
We both picked the Rams.
Yeah, easy. Buccaneers, Saints.
Bucs, Saints.
Next time we'll do this while we're going over the game. Sorry, folks.
Well, on the NFL app, it's in order of how we picked.
Oh yeah, this one's all fun.
It's thrown off a lot more. Yeah. But
Buccaneers and Saints. Just look for a Buck or a Saint.
We both picked New Orleans.
Well, we lost that one. I didn't believe in Baker.
Eagles
and Commanders. You know, I got the Eagles, and I'm pretty sure you picked them too.
Yeah, that one was pretty easy.
Alrighty, and then Bengals, Titans. Titans over the Bengals. I think we both lost that one.
Yeah, I think we both picked. Both picked Cincy.
Okay, cross those ones out. And coming up with the final ones, Raiders and Chargers. Who do we get?
Both LAC.
Oh, so we got that.
Yep, we got that one.
Niners, Cardinals. We already know we picked the Niners. Chiefs, Jets. We know we picked the Chiefs.
Yep.
And Seahawks, Giants. I think I picked Seahawks. Did you pick Seahawks too? Yeah, you did at the bottom. And round 2. All right.
Actually, not terrible.
Not terrible. Who had more?
I had more wrong.
I figured that one. Week 5. Let's go into this one. We'll go over it a little bit faster than what we did on the last ones, but we're still rolling. So, starting out the week, we got Bears Commanders. Who you got?
I'm just choosing. I made a bet with you guys that the Bears are going to go 0-17, so I got to choose the Commanders.
This dumb motherfucker was drunk, and we just shook that hand on every bet he could say, and I got it all written down.
I might owe some money at the end of the season, guys.
You definitely owe him some money, even though the Bears will suck. But that was some bad betting. And that's why you got to put it in your phone if you're betting people at the bar so you can hold them accountable.
And Jason, I got you in here too. Was it you choosing the Commanders?
Oh,
I never said I chose Washington, though.
Oh.
I'm choosing the Bears.
Oh, are you really? Okay.
This is a trap game.
Because I can't choose for my division, even in this shit.
Let's go Bears. All right.
Let's go Bears. Alrighty, next.
Everyone does.
Alrighty, next game we have. Well, this is going to be so out of order, but we'll get it anyways. Jaguars, Bills.
Bills.
I want to go Jaguars because they're in London. Really? They're in London, bro. They're in London. They don't lose in London.
The home games mean a lot, but it is the fucking Bills after the demolishment of Miami.
And again, he is Brett Favre 2.0. They're going to be tired.
Yeah, they're going to be tired. Jacksonville.
Bam!
Oh.
And you're choosing the Bills?
I am choosing the Bills.
All right, cool. Well, so we got 2 for the Jaguars, 1 for the Bills, Titans, and Colts. I want to go. Fuck.
I'm thinking Tennessee. It's just the way that I'm going to go.
What do you got?
Colts.
I'm going to go Colts.
Okay.
Anthony Richardson may come out swinging. Saints, Patriots, another close one.
Saints, Pats.
I'm going to go Saints.
I'm going to go Pats. I think that defense, the defense is doing well.
All right.
Even though the team is not.
They did well against. Again, Dallas offense didn't have to do
Pats
much.
are going to have a rebound game.
So you think Pats?
Pats.
All right. Ravens and Steelers. I'm going Ravens immediately.
Yeah, I think the Ravens are probably the best team in that division right now.
You never know, division game. So and it's Mike Tomlin, motherfucker. Like even though I'm picking the Ravens so easily, watch out for Mike Tomlin.
Baltimore. Okay.
Texans, Falcons. That's hard.
Oh.
I've got actually the Texans after what they did last week. That Texans.
I'm feeling Houston.
You don't like Dijon Mustard?
I like him. I just if it was a one-on-one with him, I would pick Bijan, but it's not. It's a team game, and I think Houston has the better overall team.
All right.
I'm going Atlanta.
Atlanta?
All right.
Dijon Mustard goes off, and so does Drake London.
What are the yards for the game for Bijan?
What do you think? I'm saying he gets over under 75 yards rushing.
I think he gets 102 touchdowns.
100 rushing or all together yard?
Altogether.
And 2 tutties?
And 2 tutties.
$100 per.
All right.
I'm gonna write that down.
I mean, we have it on the video, but write it down. Next game, we got the Panthers and the Lions. I am going to take the gritty Motor City Dan Campbell Lions.
I can't bet against them right now.
No.
Like,
it's at home.
They're doing. Oh my god! And that stadium, Detroit's showing out. When they have a team to root for, whoo, they get loud.
Panthers might be 0-5. What do you got?
Detroit.
Yeah.
Yep, across the board.
Giants, Dolphins. Dolphins are going to be coming for some heads next week. Are you?
They might get close to 70 again.
Oh, I thought you were about to. I thought he was about to do hot take and go
hell
Giants.
No.
Here's the question though. By Thursday, we're gonna know if Saquon's back.
Yeah, even with Saquon, I don't think they win.
No.
And
I didn't say they're not gonna win.
It's
just gonna be a closer game.
It's gonna be a better, yes.
Bengals and Cardinals.
Oh god, it's Shit Bowl 2.0.
Yeah, 1-3 versus 1-3. Bengals aren't looking good. If you would have asked anybody in the beginning of this year, Bengals all the way.
Yeah.
But I'm going to go Arizona.
Joe Burrow's clearly much more compromised than what everybody's been saying.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Arizona.
Arizona. What you got?
Cincy's gonna bounce back this week.
You said Bengals?
No, I said Arizona.
Oh, you said AZ?
Yeah.
Okay.
Next game. You know who I got? Eagles, Rams. Eagles. It's in Rams Stadium, SoFi.
Puka Nakua is still going to have a really great game. Is this the game that... No, next week?
No.
He's still doubtful.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's not coming back this week. They were hoping he'd come back for the Eagles game, but I'm thinking another week or two.
Yeah.
Well, he has to come off of the IR, plus he has to hit performance. So that's at least 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So no.
Philly?
Huh?
Philly?
No, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, you going Philly? He loves the Philadelphia Eagles. You just don't get it
Jason
twisted.
Kelce, just Jason Kelce.
Just Jason.
He's a Cowboys fan who loves my center, and he loves.
Who doesn't love Jason Kelce?
I know. You'd be stupid not to.
Fuck Taylor Swift. He's America's sweetheart.
Fuck! I was trying to go this whole episode with not mentioning that
God damn it. Fuck you, Swifties.
bitch. Fucking Jesus! Were you in the fucking? Is that why you went upstairs to go cheddar cheese? Anyways, let's get back to the next game. We got Jets and Broncos. That's a
We had some
shit.
bad football this week.
That's a
We had
shit.
some really bad football
Yeah, this is not going to be a fun... Like, I'll watch it still.
Yeah.
But
It's a 1 o'clock game. There's 4 1 o'clock games, so at least you have 3 other games to choose from.
Jets? I don't know.
Broncos. I think Sean Payton. I'm not saying he turns it around, but I think maybe something happens.
Maybe the Jets get like angry from last week in the fashion that they lost. Maybe it carries over.
Nah, I don't see that.
But the Broncos don't have an established running game.
No.
at this point.
No.
So that's what the Jets do have, and their defense is going to eat up rust.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go Jets.
Gonna go Jets?
Chiefs, Vikings, at Vikings home. I'm still taking the Chiefs, even though they looked real sloppy against the Jets.
Kirk Cousins is going to have a fantastic game, and for some reason, that's why they're going to lose.
Yeah, I think he goes over 300 yards.
Yeah.
Chiefs.
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 The big game of the week that I'm very excited, and most people are, Cowboys, Niners.
Oh my god. I can't watch that game with you guys. I'm going to have my pants off and be jerking off the whole time.
Cheddar cheese.
It's going to be so much fun.
Anyways, I got the Niners because I'm not voting for the Cowboys no matter who they play.
I think the Niners are they have the better offense. If Dak Prescott could finally do something, I would pick the Cowboys, but he's just not doing anything.
No.
That offense stumbles every single time that they're on the field.
What do you got?
Nick Bosa's going to eat up Dak along with Tufunga.
You're not even going for your own team?
No.
He's going for the win.
This is about winning. There's no team loyalty. It's like fantasy.
We'll have to figure out a good punishment at the end or something for the one who gets the.
I was it came up while I was talking to my girlfriend today. Loser has to get their legs waxed.
A lot of things.
Legs waxed?
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Except for you hairy bastard.
I'm Italian. Look at you fucking. It takes him 3 years to grow this. Anyways, let's get to the next game. Raiders versus the Packers.
It's really kicking me while I'm down, huh?
Well, I was just about to kick you hard because Raiders are probably going to stomp on your Packers the way they looked last week.
Nah. I'm taking Green Bay in this one.
Raiders. Just win.
Raiders.
Yeah.
Oh, that was gross.
Yeah, that's basically how all the Raiders fans sound anyways.
Where are the Monroes?
What are you saying over there? This is why we keep him on the other side.
Yes,
exactly.
You don't have to see him. Don't worry.
It is enjoyable. Let's do that.
Yeah, I whatever you say. So, that ends it right there with the games of next week. We'll get into our top 3 stories for this. Going in, move this fucking little piece of shit. First story I want to talk about, Bengals.
Yeah, go for it.
What's going to happen? They are 1-3. They seem to have an all right bounce back game.
Yep. And then
Like
shit
you
the bed.
said, the controversy that is happening in the league, you had Jamar Chase, quote for quote, saying, I'm open. I'm always fucking open. Doesn't seem happy, and it seems like at this point in the season, like you said earlier, they have playoff aspirations, Super Bowl aspirations,
Yep.
and they're not being able to
They're
hit
not
it.
doing it.
It's not looking good. Usually they start off slow, so we weren't worried the first 2 games.
Yeah, first
Cap
2 weeks.
injury.
Yeah, well, whatever.
Now I'm worried.
Yeah, as you should be. like I said earlier, Joe Burrow's injury seems to be much more significant than what we were hearing out of their camp, than what we were hearing from a lot of the analysts. I didn't think him without his ability to scramble would be this significant. I thought he could sit in the pocket and do his thing.
I'm trying. Don't mind me over here. I'm just trying to.
He can't seem to pull it together, and you don't get healthier in the NFL as weeks go by.
You gotcha. What were you saying? Sorry to fuck up your monologue.
No, you're fine. You don't get healthier as the weeks go by in the NFL. That's just been shown time and time again. And Joe's... You can't keep playing on a hurt calf and expect to come in the next week with it better. It's just not going to work that way.
No.
I don't see them turning this around. I think this is kind of a lost season. Maybe in week 9 or 10 I will be eating my words, but I just don't see it happening for them this year.
I mean, he had 165 yards last week. It was not looking good. Jamar Chase did have 73 yards. Joe Mixon, 14 carries. 67 rushing yards. I need a little bit more out of you, Joe. Please help me one way or another, fantasy purposes.
There it goes.
Oh, we got the internet working on this side, but I like this little setup we got right
nice.
here. We got this. You do
like
your shit.
Yep.
You do your shit. We do our shit, man.
Yep.
All right. But yeah,
Derrick Henry had Derrick Henry numbers finally this season.
that was And did you see his quarterback fucking? Woo?
Yeah, that was so cool.
Yeah,
That's the second time he's done it in his
Henry's
career.
It's a little stutter. I mean, what are you expecting when they're at the 5-yard line or closer, about to score a touchdown? You think Derrick Henry gets the ball and he's running it with a power sweep to the right, starts doing that, pauses, throws the ball over the people's heads as he's jumping.
Yeah.
Perfect pass, touchdown. And then he busted off some big classic Derrick Henry runs.
Just fucking running through men. Sorry.
Fuck you. I'm just kidding.
Exciting.
But yeah, so I don't know what happens to them in the future. We'll keep tabs on them. Maybe they come back. Who do the Bengals play next week? They play somebody pretty. We just had that on there and stuff, but we'll see.
Arizona.
That's a bounce back game.
It's
I did say
it
Arizona.
can be.
I did pick Arizona, but that's their bounce back game if they could ever have any. And we'll see if they actually get that because I don't know if they can. It's going to be interesting.
But speaking about that one, I did want to bring this up. Josh Dobbs taking full advantage of...
Look at that. Number 2 story is Josh Dobbs versus Kyler Murray. So yeah, continue.
Oh yeah, Josh Dobbs is taking full advantage of the situation that he's been put in.
Oh yeah.
Could not find his jersey in the team shop, which was hilarious.
Oh, I saw that video. He's literally on, was it like live or just Instagram?
Yeah, he was in the team shop scrolling through, he couldn't even get a custom one made.
Poor man,
Yep.
poor man. And all the work he's doing.
He's doing great. He's putting his body on the line. The runs that he's having are exciting. They're fun.
I will not say what I said in like episode 1 about what I thought until I realized he had alopecia. Because, my apologies.
Hey, the man owns it. He doesn't seem to mind the jokes.
No, I just didn't want to have Will Smith come up and slap me in the mouth and say, "Keep my wife's name out your motherfucking mouth."
But he went 28 for 41, 265, and 2 touchdowns. These are good numbers.
And that's against the 49ers defense, too. James Conner, too, we've said it before, is having a good year.
Yeah.
If he can keep on connecting with Marquise Brown, he's a good receiver.
I'm surprised they only gave it to him 11 times. He's a good back.
Well, the reason 11 times you're getting demolished by the Niners and stuff.
Yeah.
It was 21-10 in the
That's true.
second
Put
half.
the ball in the air.
Yeah,
you're absolutely right.
You got to try to air it out.
And Christian fucking McCaffrey. Hey,
the man is not called DeCaffrey because he drinks his coffee every day.
I don't have words. What would he score? 5 touchdowns?
Yeah, he's amazing. I'll get into that for my tops and everything, but yeah, he just passed Jerry Rice. I don't know if you guys ever heard of him, Jerry Rice. Jerry Rice?
Oh,
You
yeah.
heard of him?
Oh, yeah.
Jerry fucking Rice for the most touchdowns consecutively.
His daughter.
Oh yeah, inside story update. Christian McCaffrey
That's where he learned it.
literally went on a date with Jerry Rice's daughter to prom. You said?
Yeah, the
Prom
problem.
or prom.
Yeah, I think he even tried He said something about like he tried to like fucking hold like a couple of his game balls that were in his office or some shit.
Oh yeah, he stuck it to the office.
Yeah, he's like, dude, I'm in Jerry Rice's fucking home. Might as well try. Like, why the fuck not?
That's awesome.
So interesting connection there. But yeah, McCaffrey is nasty. But back to the Dobbs and Murray situation.
Yes.
Who do you think when Murray comes back, which estimation is week 8 to week 10 potentially? When do you give it to Dobbs? Right now they're at 1-3. Potential chance to go 1-4 against the Bengals next week.
Hot take: sell Murray.
That's not even a hot take. That's a good take because people have been talking about that.
Seattle's in a spot.
There are teams.
They're not giving up on Geno like
no,
that.
Geno's doing okay.
No, they're not.
Geno's doing okay, but
They just gave him a gave him a contract. They're not going to take.
I also don't. Yeah, they're not willing to take on that contract that they gave Kyler. But there are teams out there who would give Kyler a shot.
Vegas.
You could get
Vegas good.
You could get a second round pick for him.
That's tough, bro.
There are a lot of dumb teams out there. I don't think he's worth that, but there are a lot of dumb teams out there who would take that.
There is. It maybe because of if anything, and they just want to get rid of him because of the personality-wise in the locker room.
Yeah.
And him not his whole demeanor and not
the Call of Duty shit.
I was just about to say not actually checking up on his playbook and actually studying like he probably should. He's not Michael Vick. You can't go into the NFL and not study and not look at your playbook and
I
still
didn't
put
even
up
realize
numbers.
Brandon Ayuk had a hell of a game.
Oh yeah, Brandon Ayuk. Shout out to him ever since he came back. That's the thing with the Niners offense. Well, sidetrack real quick, but they have George Kittle, Brandon Ayuk, Deebo Samuel, Christian McCaffrey, Brock Purdy. All he needs to do is not make mistakes, and that team will fucking flourish. First team in a lot of years, I can't give you the exact number, but 20, 30 years plus, to score 30-plus points in the first 4 games of the season.
Not to mention their defense.
Not to mention their defense.
Yeah, which is number 1.
Yeah, no. I actually just tried to make a trade in fantasy.
Tefunga.
Armstrong, yeah, they have a lot of fucking people.
They're stacked.
I'm currently trying to sell Tua. I toss a little trade out there for Tua, and then I get back David Montgomery and Brandon Ayuk because this guy does not have any quarterbacks.
You're not going to get that. Dude, you're asking for 2 top players that just went off this week for Tua who didn't go off this week. You're fucked.
I was trying to do it last week when sell Tua super high after the crazy
That's
game.
a good one.
Yeah, but he didn't bite, so I'm probably not going to get that
I'm
one.
potentially thinking about it with Puka. You know, if somebody wants to give me Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce.
That seems fair, yeah.
Thank you. That is.
No, I'm kidding.
I thought you were helping me right now. Trade bait, baby. But I think stick with Kyler let him. If you're in a playoff position, let Josh Dobbs. Fuck, dude, I don't know. That's hard.
Yeah. Let the hot hand go.
Let the hot hand go. But you're
I was
paying.
saying
The only
this
reason
last
I'm saying.
year with the Cowboys
The only
with
reason I'm
the
saying
Cooper
no.
Rush.
Only reason I'm saying no. They are paying Kyler a fuck ton of money,
shit
and
ton
you
of
don't
money.
let him sit on the bench for this year.
Yeah.
Let him go out when he is healthy, but don't rush him, of course. And who knows? Even though Dobbs is playing well, they could very well be 1-6 by the time he comes back. And at that point, throw in Murray. See what if you could get a return. Maybe he does some highlight plays, and you could get a better return next season.
If you do stick with Murray, was that Josh Dobbs is showing out, and I really hope he gets a starting job on a team next year because I think the man deserves it. He is playing really great football on a better team. I think he's doing fantastic.
Yeah, he's doing very well. The money situation is where I say no. You gotta let.
You
Kyler
can't
play.
let with $10
$230
million.
or $2,
Just sit on the bench.
Yeah, and he does have talent.
He does.
Does have talent.
Yeah, he just can't ride roller coasters.
Not much. Number 3, final one of round 2. Who is better? 4-0 teams. San Francisco 49ers or Eagles, last 2 teams left in the NFL that are undefeated. You know my take on this.
I do.
I would say Eagles, but I'm not going to be a homer as
No.
my boy says because I just got to be honest with myself. I'm waiting for the Eagles to. They are doing well. They're getting those.
Fly, Eagles, fly!
I like that one way better.
Cheddar Cheese! Yeah, so Eagles are doing great. Love that we're 4-0. We're getting those gritty wins that we need to. Had a couple injuries. but I cannot deny the firepower that the offense has for the San Francisco Niners and the defense.
The reason I lean Niners, and it's very specific, is the games that they are in my opinion, aren't close. Yeah. The Eagles have been in close ones.
Which I like winning close games to show that you can push those out when you're having bad games, you're having turnovers, but you still find a way to win.
Yeah.
But I still like some dominant wins.
Yes.
But us Eagles are used to that, knowing that they're going to find ways to up our blood pressure throughout the whole fucking game.
Oh, and those Philly cheesesteaks are not helping your fans. Like the amount of coronaries that happened in that last game.
Yeah, there's I mean, the stretchers were working overtime on that one. But
remember to lift with your legs.
One crazy stat: Nick Bosa doesn't have one sack.
Yep.
But that just means the man's just getting triple teamed and double teamed right now. I am very high.
How many tackles does he have?
We can look that up in a sec. Oh, and you got the stats over there. But Jalen Carter, our rookie, shout out to you, man. You're doing great. Has about half the amount of snap counts as Aaron Donald, but more pressures and tied, I think, in sacks or more sacks.
Looking very, very good. I'm going to toss this caveat onto it.
Caveat.
Yeah. Little $2 word for you.
Douchey words for $100.
But that Eagles D-line is amazing. So it's I don't want to say it's easy to look good, but it is certainly easier to look good on when you have those other guys like doing a good chunk of the work.
One thing Eagles and I really like about Howie Roseman is he continues to work on our offensive line. We continue to just, how would you say, stock. To stockpile these motherfuckers, because other than Jalen Carter doing great, you have Jordan Davis in his second year. You have Fletcher Cox still running as a veteran. Brandon Graham still running as a veteran. You have my boy who just got off his thumb cast and got his first sack of the season and put up the thumb to say, hey, I'm back and I'm ready. Hassan Reddick.
If we're going to talk about sacks, we do have to bring it up.
Oh, we will. Just you wait. But yes, I agree. As much as I want I think it still is most likely the Eagles versus
the Niners in the NFC Championship.
It's a rematch, and I finally get to pop. I will say the Niners are better this year than they were last year, because all the argument was if Brock Purdy kept playing, they would have won. Fuck you, they wouldn't have.
He scores 2 touchdowns a game.
Yeah, but they wouldn't have won because the defensive line ripped apart their offensive line. That was the reason that team lost.
Yes, 100%. But no, just to hype up Brock Purdy, the man throws 2 touchdowns a fucking game. It's like almost a guarantee this season.
Don't turn the ball over.
Yeah,
that's all you need.
He's smart with the ball. He throws some pretty solid passes, and that offense is, just so good with Christian McCaffrey, Deebo Samuel, George Kittle. It's star after star after star.
Well, and they don't have much in the division that's really pushing too hard on them.
The Seahawks are the closest. Oh, well, the Rams are okay too.
They're showing it. Cardinals aren't going to win that division by far. They're showing promise for how shitty we thought they were going to be. That is really the only thing that I'm seeing outside of that. But really, it's hard for me to not take the Niners when it comes to being the number one in the NFL right now. But we do play the Niners later this year. I'm really excited to see
going to be so much fun.
The Cowboys versus the Niners this Sunday night. That's going to be a very big eye-opening game, I think, for a lot of people.
Yep.
But we'll go.
What does Brock Purdy do against a super high-level defense?
Exactly. I want to see that, and that'll give me a taste of what Brock Purdy is going to do when he goes against our defensive line.
I'm really, really excited to watch that game specifically for Christian McCaffrey against that defense, because that's
man's just amazing.
An unstoppable force against an immovable object. Yeah. And Micah did have the little ankle injury. He did come back in the game, but he certainly was less dominant than he has been.
Cowboy fans holding their breath the moment he
God.
Yeah, I haven't been fantasy, and I was like, what the fuck happened? But according to all the blogs and everything, Cowboys camp is not even worried about it.
Cool. Oh, so they're good.
Yeah, shoot him up with some
Allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly. Anyways, let's get to round 3 of the UFC. There were no fights. No fights at all. We were all bored. We were all sad. But You may have tuned into Canelo and Charlo. All right.
It was alright.
All right.
Yeah.
Unanimous decision, sort of just skated through that one.
Yeah.
But we have a couple stories to talk to you about what happened, what was announced, and everything in the last couple weeks. First story on there is Islam Makhachev. Did I say that right?
Islam Makhachev.
I fucking got
Got
it.
it.
I got it. Give me a point. Yeah. Cool. He's saying if he wins his fight coming up against Charles Oliveira, that he wants to go up in weight and fight Leon Edwards or Colby Covington, depending on who wins that fight. Do you think that's a smart decision by Islam?
I think he beats both those guys. I really, really do. I don't think Leon can keep him off, and Colby can try and toss that pace on, but I don't really see Makhachev getting... He got a little tired in the Alex Volkanovski fight, but I don't think Colby puts that pace on him because every time you throw a punch, you have to worry about that double leg, and you're going to be on your back for 5 minutes.
The only thing I could say is I don't think Colby would win at all.
You like Leon's chances
I
better
do
than Colby?
because Leon, first of all, Islam is going up in weight, so harder to take somebody down. And who did Leon just beat? One of the best grapplers in that division, Kamaru Usman.
Bum knees.
You think Kamaru just had no power left in those?
The man has to walk upstairs backwards because his knees are so like.
Yeah.
I know he was able to do it for a good chunk of the career and everything, but I think the age and the damage finally got to him. I'm not trying to give Usman an out or anything, but the way that he was moving and the way that Leon was able to just run around him, I think Islam is a much bigger test at this point in time.
Yeah, I agree to disagree because I think Leon's going to be able to hold him back, and then you've already seen that Volkanovski can stop him from taking him down, and if you're, how would you say, you have the will to just keep on saying fuck you, keep stuffing, not accepting a position on the floor, on the ground, on your back. Leon has the length too.
Yeah, he does.
To keep him back, and he has the striking and power that also Islam has not felt at that division.
I know that you said he's going up in weight, but Islam is a massive 155.
He is. It's the classic Khabib Islam. Both of them should not be in that division.
The dude has to. I think I've heard Joe Rogan say he walks around at almost 200 pounds.
There's no way. I would say like 180, 190 maybe, but 200. He's not that tall either. So.
No, he's just built.
Yeah,
either way, moving up in weight for him, I don't think is as big of a step for him as it is for a lot of other guys.
I still think Charles beats him, so that fight may never happen. But we'll see what happens when that fight goes down.
Yep.
Number 2, I know you didn't hear about this, but I'll let you know. Do you know Aljamain Sterling was in a grappling match?
I didn't.
Yeah, he did a grappling match.
Did he just backpack somebody like he always does?
Yeah, and did very well too against a well-known grappler. Won it. But I want to look it up actually and get his quote. But he called out, he called Sugar Sean out basically, and said, "Give me a chance." I'm paraphrasing here, folks. So give me a chance. He's saying, "Give me a chance, sugar tits or whatever. Stop hiding from the real competition. What a UFC champion does is fights the best of the best. And if you're not fighting Marab or you're not fighting me, then you're not fighting the best." Which
I respect that.
That's a very true statement right there. The only fight I could see Sugar being able to take is the Cheeto one, just because of the fact that Cheeto is the only one to technically beat him.
Very technically.
Very technically, exactly. Other than that, I like the call out. Aljamain's still working heavy on his grappling, still in the game, of course.
I still think, and I know we said it, I think, in one of the first podcasts, Aljamain wins that fight 8 out of 10 times. Sean landed a very good right hand.
But that's Sugar Sean, that sniper dude. When I saw the replay of that, he planned that shit. And maybe the lights were too bright for Aljamain, and he was just overlooking it.
You don't know.
He could be overlooking it.
Yep.
And that could happen. NFL team, UFC fighter, whoever you are.
When it's a wrestler versus a striker, I just always lean wrestler because it's the more dominant style, in my opinion, I guess. I don't know exactly how to put it. I just see these wrestlers laying praying these guys.
Yeah, it's interesting too to see what's going to happen between those two fighting. But really, the biggest thing I'm just like Dana White said, it's like if Aljamain does get his title back, Merab doesn't want to fight him, and I'm like, okay, dude, get over that shit.
Yeah.
I know you guys are best friends, but fight to win the fucking title.
Yeah.
You can't wait for Aljamain unless he's going to retire right there or something,
Or move up.
yeah. Which he was already talking about that. But you think after Sterling got beat by Sugar Sean that he's going to even have a chance against Volkanovski? He better do that if Volkanovski retires.
I mean, even Sean came out and said I'm willing to move up in weight as soon as Alex isn't the champion.
He did.
Alex is terrifying.
Yeah, it's going to be...
I still think he won that fucking fight.
Oh, Islam?
Oh,
I took a pause. I was like, which one? Yes, no,
Yes.
I completely agree. Yeah, he definitely won that fucking fight. But you don't leave it up to the judges,
Nope.
and that is why.
And these, I guess this week's fights, there's some fun ones on there. I'm just not
Excited about
super excited. Yeah,
it. We're all waiting.
doesn't get my blood pumping.
We are all waiting for UFC 294.
Oh my God.
Every single one of us. As long as those fucking weight cuts go right, with all the most... yeah, well, knock on wood, that those go right.
Oh God.
Going into number 3 and last story of round 3, big news. Your boy, my boy, I like him, at least fighting wild.
Yep.
Ian Gary
Yes.
versus Vicente Luque.
That stand-up match is gonna be so much fun.
Yeah, it's going to be a good
I'm
one.
so excited.
Ian Gary wants that one. I think it's going to be. I think Ian Gary wins that.
I do too. I think he's too big. He's too long.
Too fast.
Vicente Luque is very good.
Yeah.
No hate on the guy at all. But from what I've seen from Ian Gary, like he knows how to use his distance. His footwork is amazing. Those kicks come so quickly.
Oh yeah. He's nasty.
Yeah.
I mean, looking at Ian Gary's last 3 fights, the last fight was just nasty, destroying,
Yep.
and I mean absolutely humiliating Neil Magny and destroying his leg in the
I didn't
process.
see. Once again, I leaned wrestler.
I figured Ian was going to.
Yeah.
I didn't think he was going to do what he did.
I thought it was going to be close. Oh my God, his leg had to hurt so
no.
bad.
You don't. Fucking, if you disrespect or you make Ian
Yep.
Gary mad, I'm scared now
Yep.
because I saw what he does and that's not nice.
Yeah.
Fight before that, KO Daniel Rodriguez, power hitter
Yep.
in round 1, and then the fight before that, KO Song Kanan, round 3. So man is on a tear. They're trying to hype him up as the
Yep.
bigger Conor McGregor.
They're finally moving him up into higher level competition.
Yep.
I just don't think that
He's ready.
Vicente Luque is high enough. Like,
He wanted Wonder Boy. And Wonder Boy
my
said no.
God. Well, that's a lose-lose for Wonder Boy.
It is, but if Wonder Boy loses his fight that he just accepted right now, which we'll talk about next week possibly, that'll be interesting because if he loses that, Ian Gary wins this, that could be the next fight.
That's a fight to set up.
Yeah, because he's on the downslide.
I want Wonder Boy to win so much. I want him to have one more title shot. The man is in his 40s.
It'll be cool.
He's on his last run.
It would be really cool to see Wonder Boy just for a
I
fan's
love
sake.
Wonder Boy
He's
so
cool.
much. Yeah.
He's a really cool dude too.
Yeah.
And he's been in the game for so long. Some of his highlights are some of the nastiest that you'll see.
Over 100 wins in kickboxing.
Yeah, he's
amazing.
Yeah, very, very good, and I would love to see that fight. But in the meantime, we got Ian Gary and Vicente Luque,
Yes.
and I am excited about that one.
Yep.
Let's get on to round 4 in the championship rounds. We've got basically next week's fights, and we will talk about those and go about the ones that we like.
Yep.
Who do we got starting on this prelim card? We'll go over
Not
the fights.
a lot of big names.
No, we'll do the Hip Hop Anonymous and try to go over the exact names, and you start first because I see a name that I don't want to go in the third one.
Planning ahead, I see.
I do have like hold on, 1, 2. Okay, well, fuck my next one. Anyways, let's go.
I'll help you. Montana De La Rosa and JJ Aldrich. I'm actually not familiar with either of these women.
I'm looking at their stats right now. Looks like Montana has a 1/2 inch reach and a 2 inch height advantage.
Yeah, it's this 125 pounds women's weight division. Until you get to those higher spots, it just kind of is what it is.
If I don't know your names, you want to know how I choose it when I bet?
How's that?
I literally look at the reach. If I don't know both their names, I don't care what the betting line is. If the person has a better reach, I go for them. I'm like, fuck it. And I've won some big games on that one too. So, just, a little betting tip for y'all. Go for the reach. Next fight, we have... Fuck, that's a Q? Quilang Ori. I think I got that pretty fucking good.
I would go, was it...
Quilang?
Quilang Aori?
Well, that sounds good too.
Yeah.
I like mine. It had a little bit more pizzazz to it.
It did have a little bit.
And then you got Johnny Muniz. Just let me get through the damn thing.
Pronounce the goddamn name right.
Oh, fucking give me an easier name.
Aren't you Hispanic?
I'm Italian, but close enough. Potato. Again, I don't really know these fighters.
Gnocchi.
I know Johnny actually, but I want to
Slap the fuck out of him for saying that.
just. I don't even. Just a little flick. He was waiting for that. He wanted that.
I deserved it.
I don't know the Aori fighter. I know Johnny a little bit.
Yeah, I've seen him fight, but
Again, going to reach. 71-inch reach, baby. I'm going Johnny.
You know what? It's these smaller name fighters. Sometimes they put on fucking wars because they got shit to prove.
They do.
So it could be a fun one. I don't know anything about these guys, so it's all up in the air.
Who do you pick?
No, I like Aori. Let's
All right.
go. I don't know why.
All right. Next fight, we got some women in the strawweight division. Who do we got?
Vanessa Demopoulos and Kanako Murata.
Fuck, that was actually a lot easier than I thought it was.
Yeah, right?
Don't know either of those fighters, so let's look at what I love to look at, and that is reach. And Kanako has a 62-inch reach versus 59.5 inches, but she's 1 inch smaller. Who do you got? 9-5 for Vanessa, 12-2 for Kanako.
I guess I lean Kanako. She has the better record. Like just kind of like
2 losses.
9-5 is not a great record. The fact that you're in the UFC, maybe you had a little tear in one of the smaller divisions and came up.
Or she could be had a tear and then lost in the amateur divisions and then had a tear later in her career and now is having her chance.
So you know what? And I hate saying this, and I just said it about the 125-pound division, but 115 for women, unless like Rose is in there, it's just boring.
And Rose is thinking about going up in weight. Oh, she actually just did.
Yeah, she did the 125.
So hopefully next time she doesn't fucking hurt her finger because that
was
so
gross.
Nathan Manez versus Matus Mendonica?
Mendonca?
No, that wouldn't be Mendonica. It would be Mendonica.
Mendonca?
Oh, Mendonca.
Mendonca. I have
That's
no
fun.
Mendonca Dunk.
It is.
Mendonca.
Mendonca.
Mendonca Dunk.
Yeah, Mendonca Dunk.
I like that.
That should be Matus Mendonca Dunk Mendonca.
Yep.
She doesn't have a middle name. Now she does.
And just like you, I am going to pick this one based on just what I see. I like the blue hair. Let's go, Matus.
I'm going Nathan because 72-inch reach versus 71.5. Mateus, where do you get? Oh, for his first name, maybe blue hair, so pretty cool.
I liked it.
Now we're getting into people I actually know. Diana Belbita
and Carolina, Polish last name.
I'm glad you took that one from me because I was
Fill in there, guy.
Carolina. I want to try it. Holy fuck. Carolina Kowalak. I'm fucking not trying that ever again.
It's Polish as shit. I guarantee you, it's like Kawaluszczyk or something.
Oh yeah, half of those letters don't need to be there. Is basically what you're saying.
Yes.
I'm going to go with Reach again, and actually no, Diana, and she has a surprisingly big reach advantage on her with 4 inches in reach and 4 inches in height. So Diana by win.
27 versus 37 as far as the age goes. I'm taking the younger fighter.
Yeah, definitely. Philip Linds and
Ion Kutalaba, baby, the Hulk. Every time he does the weigh-ins and he just like screams at his opponent. And he also came into the weigh-ins in like full green and purple shorts at one point. It was awesome. I just like the guy. He's a big power hitter.
I don't
He's
know
fun to
why I
watch.
don't. Maybe it's because you like fucking have a hard on for him.
I do
Is
a little
why
bit,
I don't like him. But I'm gonna go Felipe.
I'm gonna go Ion.
Well, of course you were. So Anyways, getting into the main card, you got Bill Algeo versus Alexander Hernandez, and power hitters in the featherweight division.
Alex's stand-up is very, very good.
Yep. Thank you for telling me.
Yeah.
Yeah, appreciate it. I choose Alexander on this one.
So do I. He's had a couple stumbles in the career, but he's going against really high-level strikers like Donald Cerrone. Really put it to him. Had that highlight reel knockout. But Alex is good. I don't think he's ever going to hold a belt.
No.
But he's a fun fighter to watch.
He's just like the next fighter.
If you've never seen the guy, he's what is it? Like I think he should be a fan favorite because he's one of those guys who goes in, puts his heart on the line, and fucking throws. And it's just a fun time.
So I thought you were just describing the next fighter we're about to talk about, which is one of my favorites. And this man looks like a goddamn chiseled god.
Yep.
A jawline and everything that could fucking...
Drew fucking Dober. The Doberman, baby.
Dude, that
he's
man
so much fun.
Oh my god. Lays it all on the line and just wants to have a fun fight.
Yep.
Last fight he got in, he was technically KO'd, but he was not KO'd.
He reminds me of Gaethje. He just goes in there and he wants a highlight reel knockout, or he goes out on his fucking shield.
Dude, and he's got some power punches.
Yeah, he
but
does.
yes, versus, sorry, Rick Glenn, we weren't shining you any spotlight, but you're about to get knocked out, so that's why. Anyways, Drew Dober, I choose him over Rick Glenn.
Yep, I'm going Dober as well. Our next welterweight bout is Alex Morono and Joaquin Buckley.
Who are we going to get? Are we going to get Joaquin or are we going to get Buckley?
Oh God, I don't. I'm choosing Joaquin just because what he's done has been amazing. He was the one with
the fucking
catch kick and then the turning fucking heel kick to
Looking
the
like
face.
some Matrix shit.
Amazing.
Yeah.
But like you said, are we going to get Joaquin or are we going to have him walking to the loser's circle?
I was waiting for you to finish.
Thank
you. I'm actually going to go with Alex Morono because I'm so unsure about which Joaquin we're going to get.
Alex is very good too.
He's well-rounded.
No hate on Alex.
Well-rounded.
Yep.
I don't think he gets the knockout. Actually, Joaquin's chin is susceptible. If he gets hit hard enough and a couple times, and he'll leave it very open if he starts noticing that he's losing later in the second rounds. But I'm still going to go with Alex with that, just because the name. No, I like Morono a lot. He's a gritty fighter, another fighter that won't win a title, but he's just if you're an up and comer, and you are about to fight Alex Morono, watch out and prepare for all.
Yeah.
Next fight we got in the middleweight division. You got Abdul Razak Al Hassan. Fuck, I got close. I actually
got close. Yeah.
Thighs of Steel versus Joe Piper.
Dude does not miss a leg day.
No, does not. And Joe does not miss a day where he's not fucking
38.
sparring.
I didn't know he was that old. Wow.
Oh yeah, he's been in for a while.
Yep.
He hasn't had his official career start off too much, but he's a little weathered right now. Not calling 38-year-olds weathered, but because I'm fucking getting up there.
So when you step into a cage for a living, 38 can be weathered.
Yeah. I mean, there's some that can do it, but not much. Like you're talking Wonder Boy and shit like that. I'm going to take Joe with this because Joe's a goddamn savage.
Yep. And he has your favorite stat, the 2-inch reach.
2-inch reach, baby. 75 inches versus 73. Who you going to take?
I lean Joe as well. I like his style better. I like his cardio. He always seems to come in really game. These, like I said earlier, these should be fun. It doesn't get my blood boiling like those big cards.
Yeah, no, this is an old fight. I mean, even the main event is technically like a starter of a pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Like main card, even possibly a prelim final fight. But I like the fighters on there. Bobby Green versus Grant Dawson.
Yeah.
You don't know much about Grant Dawson. I've told you a little bit about him. He's done well, mostly decision wins. Yeah. Grinds a person out. Yeah. And Bobby's the perfect person to grind out. Yeah. Because Bobby will try striking with you. He gets taken down. He ain't doing shit. Yeah.
The thing with Bobby Green, though, against a takedown artist like Dawson, like you've told me, he keeps his hands very low.
He does that with everybody.
I know he does, but with a wrestler specifically, that can become a major factor because he can sprawl much quicker.
Yeah, very true. I mean, But a lot of the fighters Grant has started with, except his last fight, Mark Madsen, another striker. Jared Gordon, another striker. Flash Gordon, as he likes to be called.
I really like Jared Gordon.
I do too. Rick Glenn, we were just talking about him earlier and stuff. Draw on that fight.
Yeah.
But again, hasn't had a KO since early 2001. Yeah. Generally a well-rounded fighter that's going to grapple with you, try to stand up until he loses a stand-up, and then he knows smartly to just go to his grappling game. Yeah. I think Grant grinds this one out and wins with a unanimous decision. It's a 5-rounder.
It's a 5-rounder.
He could win in round 4 or 5 if he
chokes him out or something.
Just tires Bobby out after too much wrestling. Yeah. Bobby is getting older. How old is Bobby right now? He's
37.
Yeah, exactly. So he's getting a little bit more tired, a little bit more weather on the skin and the tank. So I'm taking Grant.
Yeah. I think it's a smart pick.
That does it for round 4. We've got the last round, championship rounds, and you know what we have. We have Spotlight, Top 3, and...
Damn! You suck.
You almost forgot that one.
I did. It took me half a second.
You can see lights flickering on in there. Cheese! Alrighty, so let's start out with our top 3. What do you got?
Josh Allen is definitely one of my top 3 this week.
Cool.
21 for 25, 320 yards, 4 touchdowns against a very game Miami. I picked Miami this week. I didn't see that. I didn't see it being a beatdown like it was 48-20.
I thought it was going to be an offensive battle.
Yeah, and it just kept going. And Josh Allen looked amazing. Josh Allen, I think he needs to lose a game every once in a while because it lights that fire in him, and he just doesn't stop.
Yeah.
Like you said, he's this new age Brett Favre. He's out there having fun. He's throwing to his boys. He's running up and shaking helmets and just getting them fucking going.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
I love it.
I agree. Number 2. I should have went 3-2-1, but...
Yeah, it's fine. Mine are always like random. I can never pick which one is in the correct order because all of these guys have done amazing. Our favorite player from last week, and now I actually know how to pronounce his name, A-Chain on the Dolphins.
Yeah, he's still killing it.
Dude.
Even though they didn't win the game, he still found a way to produce, fantasy-wise.
8 attempts, 101 yards, and 2 touchdowns.
Keep feeding the boy.
If you were able to pick this guy up off of your waivers in fantasy, you should be thrilled because he is very quickly becoming their number 1 back in Miami.
Oh, easily.
Tua loves to hand the ball off to him. He opens up the middle of the field for his receivers. It makes the offense on Miami so different because they didn't have one of these guys, and they were their entire offense was based off of Waddle or Tyreek getting open, and now they have this run game that is looking like it's not going to stop.
Yeah, it looks great.
Yeah.
It looks great. Number 1 for you.
I have to say.
Or number 3, whatever.
Yeah. I think you might have written this down as well, but we have to bring it up. Khalil Mack with 6 sacks on the game, almost breaking the NFL record.
Yeah.
Well, almost tying it, I guess.
No, it's not NFL record. It's just right now season totals.
In a single game, it was the NFL record. 7 is the NFL record for sacks in a game.
Yeah, second for that, and only 6 players or 5 players before had done it.
He was unstoppable. He was all over the field. He was rushing from the middle, the right, the left. They didn't know how to stop him, and it was magic to watch. It was so cool to see this guy who. I don't want to call it a resurgence because he's been very good over the last couple of years.
Definitely.
But this game just he is a dominant force on that defense.
I agree. Well, for my top 3, I want to start with number 3. Going in there is CMC Christian McCaffrey, always doing your thing, saving all fantasy owners and managers around, like myself included, because if you chose Justin Jefferson, good player, shouldn't have chosen number 1.
No, you always go running back.
Exactly. And Christian McCaffrey is the best running back in the league, fantasy
for years.
Or NFL. And yes, I agree, for years. Derrick Henry had a little question to that on a couple years, and Derrick Henry is great in his own rights, but Christian McCaffrey's versatility, amazing. Love him. More touchdowns, like I said, consecutively in every single game that he has been with the 49ers of the regular season, surpassing who? Jerry Rice.
Yep.
I said it. Best hands down. Don't even question it. Thank you very much. Number 2, I am going to go with my boy Puka getting his first touchdown. And guess what? That touchdown was on an OT game winner. Look at him go, man. I mean, I think the sky's the limit for this kid. Nobody knew who the fuck he was. I'm glad I got him on my waivers. Really happy to see what he's doing. And fun little stat for you. Right now, he is on pace. Well, in the first 4 games, has the most yards ever. And that's beaten the likes of Cooper Kupp, who is his teammate and will be coming back. And
who's just going to open up the field for him.
Mr. Megatron himself, Calvin Johnson. So to be with those 2 receivers and even mentioned around them is great for him, and he's doing great things. Number 1, what you stole from me, Khalil Mack with the 6-sack attack against his old team. Raiders drafted him, and he was great there. Then he went to the Browns, if I am correct, or the Bears. The Bears.
The Bears.
The Bears. And
the Bears drafted him.
No, the Raiders drafted him.
The Raiders drafted him?
Look that up, sir.
Yeah.
Look it up. I'm pretty sure. $5 real quick.
Deal.
I think you win it, but I'm pretty sure.
I thought he was a Bear first and then went to the...
No, he was a Raider first.
He was a Raider
He was
first.
a Raider? Yeah.
Wow, give me that money. Give me that money.
They can't play Return of the Mac in now Vegas.
I owe you $5, but we'll wait for Bruce Buffer to do his jump next, and I'll get another $5. I gotta wait for UFC 294 for that one. But as I was saying, just incredible. As you said before, you have T.J. Watt, who has 6 sacks for the whole season, killing it, doing great. And then Khalil Mack said,
does it in the game.
Let me just rip this whole
Hold
team
my beer
apart. And he did exactly that.
Mm-hmm.
So that finishes our top 3 right now. Thank you for everybody listening. We have 2 more to go through before we finish this episode. Next up is just our favorite spotlight of the week, which could be on any sport, anything, whatever you want.
My spotlight, and I know that we generally do MMA and football, but Francis Ngannou getting ready to take on Tyson Fury is so exciting for me. It's going to be so much fun. I think Francis gets his absolute ass whooped, but on that off chance that he can land a right hand, you go to sleep.
Yeah, he's
you have no choice.
He's got a puncher's chance for sure. Just needs to land one.
Yep.
But I'm very interested in that fight. Can't wait.
Yep.
And then also, sidebar on that one, Tyson Fury also just signed another contract with Usyk, the other undisputed champion.
Oh, it's just going to be so...
And it's only 8 weeks after the fight with Francis.
So
he better win.
He's thinking Francis is going to be easy work.
Yeah, more like a... How would you say?
Just a warm-up?
A fun little warm-up, a little scrap in the backyard for him. But yeah, that's a cool spotlight. I like that one. My spotlight, not just because I'm a homer, but I laughed throughout the whole weekend. The tush push, as it's like to call the brotherly shove, which I love.
It's
that.
so good.
It's perfect. Name it the brotherly shove. People keep on fucking bitching and whining about it. I'm tired of hearing it. Micah Parsons said it best. It's a man's game. If NFL is going to keep on taking out things that we can't learn how to defend just because we can't defend it, then I don't want to play this game.
I'm waiting for the Eagles to actually come out and call it a wedge, because if they call it a technical wedge, a wedge formation, they won't have the penalties.
Yeah.
The only penalty that they got
was just this last game.
And it was a bullshit penalty. They said one of our linemen were offsides, and they showed the line. And he was behind Jason Kelsey's helmet. So that's the only way they could stop it. But 4 other teams tried it in the Sunday games, all failed. And not funny, but ironic. Giants tried it last night, and 2 of their players got hurt on that play. And they didn't convert it.
If other teams can't do it, I don't see any problem with it. It's just you guys are very good at it.
We have one of the best, if not the best, offensive line. We got a quarterback that can squat 600 fucking pounds.
Yes.
Don't fuck with us.
Yep.
It's a Philly thing.
Yep.
That's my spotlight. On to our favorite segment, last segment of it.
Yeah,
What do
buddy.
we got?
Damn, you suck.
Who's yours for today?
Mine, I know I already brought up Khalil Mack, but mine is whoever the fuck was blocking Khalil Mack that day. And I can't just name a single player because he was all over the field running through men. Just absolutely dominating. Like,
There's some names you could say right there.
Richie Incognito, Greg Van Rotten, Max Montoya.
Oh, these are some old players.
Oh,
saying.
yeah.
Yeah, fuck the old players too. You guys couldn't guard me there.
I was just setting them up right there and stuff. I mean, it's not even fucking showing the whole name and stuff. But anyways, that
Yes.
whole line.
That offensive line was letting that man eat quarterbacks, and he was hungry on Sunday.
Yeah.
Oh my! It's I don't even know if like they deserve my damn you suck. He's just so
They're
good.
gonna show that clip of just that game and every sack at his Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh yeah.
you know. Like,
Oh yeah, every single one too.
oh yeah.
I hope they show it when they put him in the Raiders like Hall of Fame or something.
I'm definitely in this segment gonna edit Return of the Mac when you guys start. I
Return of the Mac.
I have to.
The 6-sack attack by Mack. So, what would you say to that offensive line?
Damn, you suck.
Bam! Well, there you have it. I got one for you too. His name goes by. It's a country as well. Matt Canada! You fucking suck. Do you not know who they are? If you don't know who he is the offensive coordinator of the Steelers. And the Steelers look like absolute fucking trash, even though they are 2-2. Mike Tomlin. Fire that man and get your old boy Big Ben, who's watching every goddamn game on a podcast, putting his hat over his fucking face because he cannot believe the plays that are being called. Right now, they have not scored over 20 points in 27 of 36 games. Let me restate that. Have not scored 20 or more points in 27 of 36 games that this man has been coordinating the offense for the Steelers.
That's rough.
0 games in those 36 games have over 400 total yards in offense.
Wow.
Not one. Not just passing. The whole offense can't muster it. It is ridiculous to let that man still stand. I'm not a Steelers fan, but I feel bad for y'all over there. So all I gotta say is, damn! You suck, Matt Canada.
Blame Canada.
Well, with that, we've got episode 3/episode 7 done and in the books and in the record books for all y'all.
Hope you guys enjoyed listening.
My name's Alex.
My name's Tony.
This is Blood, Sweat, and...
Beers.
Well, he doesn't have the can, but
Cheers.
bam! Thank you.